Yo, what's happening everyone? It's your boy here, Abdurrahim, back again with another great, amazing tech video. Well, the video of today, it's all about the iPad Pro 2020. Now, if you don't know about that, well, Apple is launching the iPad Pro 2020, but there are good news and sad news about it. First thing first, they closed all the Apple stores because of the pandemic. What's happening? Pandemic, it's like coronavirus is just doing its own thing around the globe. But I hope, well, everything will just be well in a couple of few days coming. Another kind of stuff, to my own kind of aspect, I'm thinking about the iPad Pro might be having more advanced features. Well, remember 2018 when they released the iPad Pro, those kind of spec bump which it has, well, in 2020 they're a little bit more improved, and they slightly thought that they could just insert or implement the new camera inside of it. It's not a new camera, I can say, it's just that a different positioning of the camera. Now, another kind of stuff we're gonna see, it's all about 6GB of RAM. Well, it has a 6GB of RAM right now. Well, it's something which is so incredible, and it will be super fast. A 12 Bionic Z chip. It's 12z Bionic chip. I think to my own kind of aspect is like keeping Snapdragon 855 plus there. I hope you understand me when you come out from Snapdragon and understand those kind of processor inside chipset of phones. So I think to my own kind of aspect on this kind of method whereby Apple they're implementing the new kind of Bionic 12z, it's more powerful compared to the 12 Bionic, though 12 Bionic still it's incredibly powerful. So there'll be two variants of iPads Pro. Well, definitely there'll be the 11-inch and the 12-inch. Probably if you don't know about that, well, Apple's kind of nailing it when it comes to that because they want to give you more wider screen. Well, for the people who are going for the 12-inch and for the people who are going for 11-inch. So it's a slight small change here, not that much bigger, but a little bit of slightly small change. What blown my mind is the battery side, 9720. Well, Apple usually do that in an incredible way, and we really appreciate that. So we're talking about 5 to 6 or to 7 days lasting for your iPad, but if you're a heavy-duty user, we're talking about 4 days actually. 4 days of usage of your iPad up to its draining down. So I think Apple did a great job on that. Another kind of stuff when it comes to display, it has an IPS LCD capacitive touch screen, and it has scratch resistant glass aerophobic coating, and it has a wide color gamut, true tone, and 120 Hz. Now, talking about 120 Hz, you can game on it, you won't get any slowdown of refresh rate, everything will be just smooth. Another kind of stuff, it will be coming with an iPad OS 14. Now, let me just keep things here clear. So Apple decided to go with iPad OS. Perfect. I think it's the most convenient thing because it will be having more features than iOS, how they are, though they'll be slightly different here because when you're jumping in on the iPad world, well, you're expecting things to be a little bit quite different than using an iPhone. So I think Apple decided to do something which is so impressive. So something else about storage, well, it comes to 128GB of storage with a 6GB of RAM, 256GB of storage and a 6GB of RAM, and a 512GB of storage and a 6GB of RAM, and up to 1TB. Now this is like a blow my mind. 1TB. I never thought about having a 1TB on an iPad, but I thought that it's only on Samsung they can do it. But still, yes, it's 2020. Well, believe it or not, Apple they do it in each kind of company they can come up with that. Something else is all about the camera. Something surprised me is the camera at the back. Well, I got like what's happening here is Apple trying to make that kind of I think iPhone X style camera, because let's be honest, at the back is iPhone style camera. You won't deny it, but that's how it is. It has 12 megapixel of camera, it shoots wide, ultra wide, and the depth. Well, for the iPad, having a camera, still it's a great thing, but it's not that much great thing. Why? Because you can shoot, yes, but I prefer mostly using a phone. I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking. Do you prefer using a phone, or do you prefer using a bigger tablet like an iPad or anything which has a bigger screen display and the camera? I find it like I'm not used to that, to be honest. I'm like, to me, to my perspective, I don't like that. Selfie side, it has a 7 megapixel of camera. Now I think having a selfie camera, it's much important because you might be running out of a conference call, Skype, or you're just doing some video calling, FaceTime, you know what I'm saying? So I think to my own kind of aspect, for the front camera counts a lot on iPad, because you might be doing your work and stuff like that, this and that, but for fast shooting, I prefer mostly having a phone rather than shooting with an iPad, because carrying it and start doing, man, it's a hassle. Let's clap for Apple. I know it has been there, perhaps it was there, but USB Type-C, please slap everything with a USB Type-C. To be honest, I think Lightning is supposed to be going down because it has been staying for quite longer, and I think to my own kind of aspect, having USB Type-C reversible is quite impressive, because right now we're seeing many devices not only coping with many devices, but having that kind of standardization of cabling, whereby even if I'm home, I don't need to worry that I lost my cable of Lightning. But if I have a USB Type-C on my device, well, I can slap it with any USB Type-C on the go and still get everything. So when will it be shipped? Well, it will be shipped around March 24th or 25th, somewhere there. You can pre-order on their website, and I think I'll be helping you out to leave a link down below. I'll leave a link down below so as you can just check it out on the website. And I think to my own kind of aspect, what Apple did, they did something which is so impressive, and but to be honest, they launched it on the wrong month. They could just squeeze it up a little bit so as they can launch it perhaps on May or July or June. I don't know, but I think to me it will be sounding good, whereby this kind of stuff which is going on around the globe could be settling it up, and the marketing and stuff like that, economic and stuff like that, which has hindered too much around the globe with this what happened, I think it will be probably going well, but it's not quite bad. Still we can afford that. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. As always, stay sharp and creative, and peace.